What's up, everybody? Welcome to Joe Don't Know. I got food in my beard, and I'm not wearing a shirt. Deal with it. Today, we're going to talk about projection. It's so negatively defined. Usually, people say, "Oh, he's just projecting." They're trying to say that the things he's accusing others of are actually within him. He's just unaware of the fact that he's actually describing traits of himself. Like you call somebody else weak. You're projecting because you are actually weak. You call somebody else a liar. You're projecting because you are actually a liar. You say that somebody else never follows through. It's because you don't follow through. So people accuse others of projecting, and I'm going to present a different understanding of this. Look, when you're trying to fix something in your life, you become heavily aware of it, especially if it's something that's a trait of yours, innately your trait, or a habit you picked up in your life. When you're trying to fix it actively, constantly, you're aware of it. You're fighting a battle against it. You're engaged in a war against this. Not following through, for example, or procrastination. That's a really cliche one. So you're actively engaged in this war against procrastination, meaning that you have guns drawn in your mind and knee-jerk reactions ready all the time to fight against procrastination. And that means to recognize it. So it's like you're in a mode right now of recognizing procrastination when you see it and fighting against it and not liking it. And that's really what projection is. It's not a negative thing at all. It just means that your behavioral immune system is currently attuned to that particular deficiency in humans. So since you're so sharp in identifying and attacking it in yourself, that sharpness gets directed at everybody, which is great. It's a great thing. It helps you sharpen your own weapons against it in yourself. There's absolutely nothing wrong with projecting. That's what I'm talking about right now, because it's sort of, man, look how skinny I am. Wow. I'm down like 40 pounds in 14 months. 40 pounds. And I must say, I'm looking interesting. Can't say good, interesting. Okay, listen. Projection is not a bad thing. It really means that you are currently actively involved in a war against negative traits within yourself. So you just so happen to point out those negative traits in others. Maybe not even point them out, but see them. When you start pointing them out, that's when people start accusing you of, oh, you're projecting. It's like, yeah, I'm projecting. Yes. I am projecting. You're exactly right. Yes, this trait exists in me. And that's admirable. Like, that is not a derogatory assault on me to say I'm projecting. To say I'm projecting is admirable because it means I'm in a fight against these negative things. I'm fighting them in myself, trying to fix them. So it's like I'm sharpening all these guns that fix these things in myself. And just so happens I'm pointing those guns at you right now. And just because I'm projecting doesn't mean I'm wrong. Just because I procrastinate and I happen to point out that you procrastinate doesn't mean that you don't procrastinate. I mean, maybe the fact that I'm projecting is the best evidence that you do procrastinate, because I have recently been sharpening those antennae that pick up on procrastination. Like, it's good to be around people that are projecting, because those people are like little behavioral immune system white cells, and they're walking around like, where is procrastination? Where is it? Where is the procrastination? There it is. It's in him. I see it. I see it. I see it. I find and identify procrastination everywhere I go and everything that I see, and I call it out and I call it. You're just projecting. Yep. That's right. That's what I'm doing. I'm projecting. And you should be thankful. And you should recognize how awesome it is that I'm actively working on fixing those things in myself. Now, of course, people, I know what you're thinking. Not everybody who is projecting is doing it because they're actively trying to fix those things in themselves. That is true. Absolutely. See, you could be totally aware that you procrastinate, not engaged in an active fight to fix it, but still just have a heightened awareness of it because you know that you do it. So you see it in other people too when they do it. It doesn't mean that you're actively trying to fix it. So you're right. You're right what you're saying, what you're thinking. You're right. When someone's projecting, they're not necessarily actively involved in a fight to fix those things in themselves. But they do recognize that those things exist within themselves. So we'll say that that is the negative side of projecting. But what I have presented in this video is the positive side of projecting, which I've never heard anybody allude to. Anybody. So maybe it could play out like this practically in real life. Somebody aggressively lashes out at you in an inappropriate way that immediately triggers your thought that this is not about me, this is about him. Wow, he's attacking me for procrastinating, but the aggressiveness with which he's doing this clearly indicates that he's dealing with something in himself. So you're like, okay, he's projecting. Well, the way that should play out is not necessarily, screw him, he's projecting. Instead, it should be, hey, this guy's doing some self-work. It's very possible he's engaged in an active battle within himself to improve himself and not be procrastinating so much anymore. Maybe. Possibly. Maybe. I don't know. That's the point.